question and then they answer it?
No.
No. Is there a cause and then an effect?
No.
No. So whenever we eliminate all of the other text structures and there is nothing else there, then we know that it's descriptive, right?
Right.
All right, what did you put? Descriptive? High five to you. Awesome job. My self-pacing journey began basically with failure. I noticed that I wasn't meeting the needs of some of my students. I know it began with my higher level students. I wasn't meeting their needs, and so what I thought of is if I were to self-pace and they were able to go at their own pace or their own speed and learn new topics that possibly I wouldn't teach them in 4th grade, that I would better meet their needs. But what I realized is that not only did I meet their needs, but I was meeting the need. I tried it with my other groups, and I was meeting their needs as well.
If they're a student that is ahead of the game, instead of sitting and waiting for me to teach the concept, they can work ahead on their own and they're self-motivated, as well as for students that have some gaps and need some help going back and remediating, they can remediate.
The verb is always part of the predicate. What's the subject of that sentence?
Many people.
Many people, and ask yourself, what do many people do?
They're basically teaching themselves. I have videos some that I made, some that I pulled off of the internet, and the students go through and they learn these topics on their own. They can take the test and move on, and they don't have to wait for everyone else to finish before we move on.
We do all the different skills of reading, like summaries or stop and check, and we just keep on doing it. We go through different kinds of doing on an app called Google Classroom Order.
They're competing, but only against themselves. And so to see them feel that pride of not having to compete with the people around them, to watch them be in charge of their own learning, and they take control of that.
To get to that test today, what's your plan on how you're going to get there?
My plan of how I'm going to get there is I'm going to at least do Moby Max and Compass and save the fun for last.
The chart is where after we take an assessment, like she has 4 stickers because she's passed 4 units of them. And every time we have passed a unit, we put a sticker up here, but it has to be an 80 or above. If we get it below an 80, you don't get your sticker up. It's kind of like taking a step forward to a different level.
I just think that if you settle and you stay where you are, you're going to be teaching the same thing and getting the same results. And kids need to be challenged and be able to move forward at their own pace.